Good morning. It's Joyful Hermit. Let me pull this down a little bit. I have two little creatures up on the bed with me. We'll see if they show up. It's okay, Mercy. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a microphone. Don't be scared. Um, I had a note, a nice message from Coin, and toward the end of it, he said, "Keep being joyful, Joyful Hermit." Well, that brings up the whole point of joy in my name, Joyful Hermit. I chose that name, a good 15 years ago. And the reason I chose Joyful for Joyful Hermit is a reminder to me to try to be joyful. But I have learned that joy is something that I can't just make happen. If you all can, good. I think there's ways of kind of faking joy. I used to write and remind myself about smiling, force myself to smile. And if you studies have been done, the more you smile, the more your blood pressure, everything else in your body balances out and is very good. Um, yeah, the smile muscles are very powerful in our bodies. And if we smile, there's all kinds of good things that happen. The brain chemistry, the dopamine, the endorphins in our brain, all that brain chemistry shoots up when we smile. Even if it's a fake smile, it will increase the brain chemistry to a positive effect in us. I've written before, I think on a blog, I had a priest, the first priest who I just drove him crazy. And he called me a piranha and things, and I was, of course, thrilled to be called a piranha. They are a rainbow looking fish. They have this perpetual smile. I liken them to St. Paul, to Paul the Apostle, because piranhas have real go get 'em attitude, the piranha fish. They don't really attack people unless they're provoked. But they do eat other fish, and they're ferocious. They have these huge teeth, and always on the piranha's head always has this huge grin like smile to it. Just normally that's how the piranha is created. So I let the priest know how thank you for calling me a piranha because it was an honor to think that I smiled that much. Well, of course, he used to tell me I didn't smile enough. He always going on, oh, like that he'd make this face at me, how awful I looked and everything. This was probably, it was 20 years ago or more than 20 years ago. So he didn't like me. I was a threat to him in the parish or something, I don't know. Who could ever figure out? But I decided to take the negativity and turn it into a positive and to consider piranha as a good thing to be called. So that's one way we can use our minds to help be joyful, to take something that someone meant as a terrible insult and turn it into a positive. That helps. And to be reminded of the piranha fish, that a smile does wonderful things to our bodies. So, somebody's trying to. Anyway, mm, um, just a message. Let me get this shut off here. I'd been praying for someone to get into an apartment that they had gotten out of or thought they were moving and then all of a sudden needed to get in to keep their apartment. So I've been praying for that. Um, there's so much that we can pray for other people. Simple thing like, Lord, let their apartment still be available to them. Made a mistake. Oops, the place thought they were going to ended up not being good. So the person needs that apartment back. But as far as being a joyful hermit, um, I've never been one to really be able to fake joy. Uh, my body has hurt so much for so many years now that I just can't fake joy. It's inimitable. I can't imitate it. Um, I'd like to. I'd like to just look like I'm glowing and exuberant and all of that, but I've always thought about Bernadette, Bernadette Subaru of Lourdes, and how the Virgin Mary told her, because she had this childhood rather poor, but she had these visions. The Virgin Mary appeared to her with this major message for the world. Her mother beat her, spanked her, thought that she was lying. The priest put her through the grill. She was only maybe 12 or 13 when this happened, when she had this vision. And they finally realized she was telling the truth. And of course, her mother felt badly that she'd spanked her and stuff and accused her of lying just to get attention and but all that. But then, because of all the hullabaloo of this major vision and people just swarming to Lourdes, they decided, the adults, the priest and the parents and all, decided, and a bishop decided that this little girl needed to be put in a convent. Send her away from home. Too many people were coming to want to see her, in addition to the area where the vision had appeared at the Virgin Mary. So this little girl was sent off to a convent without her really, didn't have any say in it. So there she was, away from her friends, away from her family, away from her home. And as soon as she arrived, the Mother Superior was envious of her for having had that great vision and wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to be proud. So she told her one time to tell everyone what happened. She was never allowed to talk about it again, and was sort of put off by herself. And by the time she was, I think, 33, she developed tuberculosis of the leg and this tumor, and she died when she was about 33 years old. The rest of her life, from when she was a little girl and sent off away to this convent, just cut off from her family and friends and her home, and she died there at a young age and was lonely. But the Virgin Mary appeared to her then in the convent and said, I can't promise you happiness in this life, but in the next. I've always thought about Bernadette. She died the year that I had the car accident. I was 33. And I've had many happinesses in this life. Even with the pain, I have had joy. The happiness of my children, happiness of friends, the joy of the judge in a miracle in court in 1990, letting me move with my children back to the Midwest and away from a husband who hadn't loved me and didn't really want the children, as it turned out, but he tormented us and drove us out of California, in essence. I didn't tell the children why we'd moved, um, but it was because of that, because of the abuse, really, of how we were treated. There's always a torture going on from the ex-husband. So we left. The judge let. It was great joy. That miracle in court was a joy. Other miracles that I've had. So I've had many, many joys. Many joys. Compared to little Bernadette, there's no comparison. But suffering brings a different type of joy. And it's a deep joy. The joy of a jewel that is being buffed and honed, cut and buffed into something beautiful. but it's not a, this is little Mercy. Mercy, do you want to come here and say hi? You say hi, say hi. This is Mercy's little head. Let's see. Oh, whoops, getting in the way, getting in the way. So anyway, I have the joy of these two pups. I have the joy of somebody coming today to start working on plumbing here. I know how to do plumbing. My body isn't up to it, isn't up to getting under the house, bending my knee that much, or bending my back. I can't. So that's a joy for me. I have many temporal joys. The suffering, and I have spiritual joys, but it's not, I just can't fake, I can't fake joy. I won't fake joy. I think I'm on earth, and maybe partly with the videos, as Joyful Hermit to explain how joy at other levels and dimensions is different than the happy, smiling, upbeat, positive. That's Lovey. He's been shaking a lot lately. So when we have in God, there's a different type of joy, I think. There's a rich, deep joy of knowing that we will be with God in all eternity, and of pure love. When I do have earthly joy, it's when I have love for someone or something, and my love is increased. It's love that brings me joy on earth. Love of family, love of friends, love of strangers, love of puppies. They need to go out. But so anyway, that's my take on the Joyful Hermit. The name itself is a reminder to me of joy and joyfulness. It's not that I'm going to actually look joyful or be jumping up and down, oh, yay, 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 that kind of stuff. So I think any of you who have constant bodily suffering or mental suffering or emotional suffering understand what I'm saying. But being joyful is a process, and it's a goal. It's a goal. And I praise God for all the joy he gives me, and I'm very joyful that this man is coming today. He had worked for me before. He left in some anger over something. He's got an artistic temperament. So pray that I can be very kindly and understanding, because I need him to help finish this house. God bless his real presence in us. Have a beautiful, joyful day.